Well, hi guys, and welcome back to Glenda Sully's Kitchen. I have decided to roast some root vegetables. You know, back when we were growing up in the 1940s and 50s and 60s, sometimes we would get asked by our parents to go out to the, I know we had what we called a pump house in the back. And it was just a little house that was built over the pump, you know, to keep the water pump from getting too cold and freezing in the winter, although we did have to go in there and wrap some insulation around the pipes. But in that pump shed, we would always keep our root vegetables stored in there. We would store our carrots and potatoes, our Idaho potatoes and sweet potatoes, onions and beets and turnips. And then, you know, if times got tough during the winter and we didn't have much food to eat, we would just go out to the pump house and gather up some root vegetables and bring them in and roast them. So that's what I'm going to do today. Just go back to some good old days from when I was growing up. And I went to the store today and picked up some root vegetables because obviously where I live in this very modern, efficient apartment, there is no cellar here. So what I did, I went ahead and cut up white potato. I really cut it about an hour ago, and look, it's already oxidized. I should have put it in some water, but I don't want any water in these veggies because I want them to roast, and I want them to get nice and crispy and delicious on the outside and real tender on the inside. So I'm going to set the oven at, let's start it at 425 degrees. We want a really, really hot oven. Okay, so we'll get this preheating, and then I've already prepped a lot of the vegetables just to save time during the recording process. Okay, so I'm going to go with a beautiful turnip, which I've already cut up one. I have a whole onion, and then my carrots that I got from my gifted free food from the apartment association. I got a potato, and I know the beet is probably going to color all the other vegetables, but I just love a good old sweet, crispy roasted beet. So last night I went ahead and prepped some more of the root vegetables. I have a sweet potato here. I probably won't use all of it. It was a big one. And then I'm going to sprinkle some chopped dill on the top of my veggies. And here's my chopped onion, just a small onion. And then this is my turnip root. And I have my carrots. And then what I did, I'm going to throw in some garlic cloves. I'm not going to peel them or anything. But what I did, I just took my knife and just kind of slit the top. So whenever I do take it out of the oven, then I should be able to peel it easily. So you just want to kind of slit the top a little bit, but leave the peeling on there. And this will just flavor it, and then you can open it up and eat it if you want to. So I have a very small cookie sheet, although I would advise you, if you have a large one, by all means use it. So because my cookie sheet is small, I'm just going to use not all the vegetables that I have cut up, just a few of them, because you have to have them spaced a little bit apart so that they will roast properly. So I'm just going to mix up my potato, my beet. It's good to do your vegetables ahead of time, and if you wanted to just leave them out on the countertop, because the drier they are, the better chance you have of them roasting nice and crispy. So here's my turnip root. So y'all can just leave me in the comments some of the items that you used to keep or that you keep today in your root cellar. I know onions and sweet potatoes don't go that well together, so I'm just going to put a few of those sweet potatoes. The sweet potatoes and that sweet beet should okay, so I'm just going to toss these a little bit. Now I'm going to add my salt and pepper and a little olive oil. And then my secret ingredient, of course. Let's go ahead and get that secret ingredient in here. Not much. We don't want too much liquid. Okay, and a little olive oil. I'm not going to oil the pan because the vegetables are going to have enough olive oil on them. And then I want to put a little salt and a little black pepper. Okay, so let's just mix this up real well. Here are all the veggies. I think they need a little more oil. They need to be very well coated with oil. Okay, a little more salt and pepper. Then I'm going to spread them out on this cookie sheet and get them to roasting in this hot oven. So I'm going to start out, I'm going to roast them at 425 for 20 minutes. I'll check it for 20 minutes and then I may, I'm sure they will need to be stirred around a little bit, rearranged a little bit on the cookie sheet, and then we'll have to bake them a little bit longer. Y'all just chunk your veggies however you want to, but of course it's better to have them all about the same size so that they will roast evenly, but I'm not that good at measuring by just looking at things. I just kind of guess at it. It's going to taste good anyway. Remember my motto. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good enough. Okay, so I am going to sprinkle a little dill on top. I went ahead and chopped it. It does smell good. Just use whatever herb you have in your house. Rosemary, parsley, sage, thyme. Who sang that song? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Who was your favorite group from the 1970s? Mine was Chicago. And the Mamas and the Papas. I guess they were more the 60s. I just remember Chicago and John and I, when we first were young and fell in love. We would listen to Chicago a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and plop in my garlic so that it will season it. Just the aroma from the smell is going to season it. Okay, so I'm going to pop this in the oven and I will be back in 20 minutes. Okay, so the root vegetables are almost done and they smell so good. Oh, that garlic that I put in there, it really has my apartment smelling wonderful. I'm not a big Dill fan, but I had frozen. Remember when I made the lemon and dill chicken? I had frozen that fresh dill that I had, so I had it in the freezer left over. Okay, so let me go ahead and take these out. I mean, what could be easier than just tossing a few root vegetables in a bowl and spreading them on a cookie sheet and roasting them in the oven. Here we go. Aren't they beautiful? The red beet and the orange carrot, all the colors are just gorgeous. Okay, let me go ahead and dip some out in my little Pioneer Woman bowl and we will take a test. And I'm dying to get into this garlic. There it is, still in the peel, just like I intended it to be. So I hope everybody is having a good week. Hope everything is getting off to a good start for you and your family. Let me turn it up a little bit. Y'all got to be able to see me take a bite, right? I'm not sure I want to bite right into this garlic. It smells so good. Let me just think about that. When I worked for Dr. Seroyd, I used to make garlic stuffed roast. So he would come home and eat lunch every day from the office, and he would go back and see his patients in the afternoon, and they started telling him that he smelled like garlic. So he asked me to stop stuffing the roast with garlic. But he loved my cooking. These are good. Mm. They really need a little more salt to my liking, but if you're on a low sodium diet, just that little sprinkle that I put on there will be perfect for you. And that little bit of Worcestershire sauce and some dill, it is so good. And this is the beet. Smells so good. Oh. No. I wouldn't eat beets when I was growing up. I don't know why, but I really love them now. Is this the turnip or the potato? I think it's the turnip. Mama used to always cook the turnip green tops, and then she would cut up the root and put it in with those. Okay. I gotta be brave. I gotta be brave. That roasted garlic is good, but it's so strong. Let me eat the carrot. So this is so delicious. I'll leave the recipe below in the description. Y'all please like my video, even though you can't see it, YouTube can. Please share my videos with your friends and family. And you just keep on coming back. Goodbye, guys.